people think of archetypes, they tend to think of the true neutral, lawful good, chaotic evil, and all those ones. Which, while those are important to designing a character because they can dictate personality traits, like true good isn't gonna, like a lawful good isn't about to go burn a city down for the sake of saving one person. That'd be more chaotic. But there is another archetype type. The 12 archetypes is what I kind of use to dictate other things about characters that aren't really talked about as much. Think of it as a circle. All around you have different divided sections. 1 being freedom, 4 being social, 7 being order, and 10 being ego. In between each of those, you have things like freedom and ego, which when you put the 2 in between, you get an 11 and a 12. And these archetypes say 1, which is freedom, cannot be in the same archetype. Like a character cannot have this personality trait and also have a trait like order. You can't be freedom and doing whatever you want for just the sake of you when you also believe in a justice system and laws. For these, I'm going to read them in order from downwards. 1, which is the highest on the freedom scale, is an outlaw. They don't really care about rules. They want what's best for them and what's best for their close companions. Family, friends, things like that. They're more in their own world. 2, which is a jester. Yeah, they have a little bit of social in there, but it's still mostly freedom. They're still crazy. They're still wild. 3 is a lover, which is a lot closer to social, but they're still in the freedom section. And I'm pretty sure their name kind of gives up whatever they are. 4, which is pure social, is a caregiver. People who love other people and they don't really care so much about themselves. 5 is the everyman. This is the basic protagonist in almost every horrible show you watch. I have no discernible personality, but I am good, and everyone loves me type person. After that is the innocent, 6. Once again, pretty self-explanatory, but they're nearing order, and they have a little bit of social in them. 7, the pure order. What would be pure order, you say? Well, the ruler. Which is, once again, pretty self-explanatory. They're kings, they're rulers, they're people in power who don't care anymore. Don't care about the well-being of individuals, they care about the well-being of people around them. This is also where the other archetypes come in, because you get a chaotic ruler, you're going to get some weird things happening. 6. Wait, no. 8. I'm sorry. 8 is the sage. This can have a bunch of things in it. The sages can be actual magic, like, I'm going to turn you into a toad. Or they can also be, I'm going to advise the ruler not to destroy the world in a single blow. 9 is the magician. Once again, they could be doing actual magic, because they're getting closer to ego, though they'll be doing it more for themselves than they would be for order. They do have, like, the certain, like, I should probably not kill that entire family just because I can. After that is 10, which is the hero. That's pure ego. Pretty self-explanatory, self-absorbed hero. 11 is the creator, the person who creates things, the craftsman, the person who you know can be trusted. 12, the explorer. They're still with their ego, but they're closer to the freedom branch. Once again, just to finish off the 12 archetypes. Freedom is 1. 4 is social. Order is 7. And ego is 10. They can be a million combinations between the two, but you cannot have someone who's a 1 turn into a 7. If you do that, it would be a very hard change in the story. That would be a very drastic change. And you shouldn't have personality types that conflict with these two. A ruler cannot be an outlaw. A hero cannot be a caregiver. These traits are harder to combine because they're all on opposite ends of the cycle. You can't, it's just like you can't have a chaotic character who also abides the law and never breaks any laws. That's more of a neutral character. You can combine different traits, like you can make an outlaw a jester and a lover. But maybe you shouldn't, unless you're really, really good at writing, never combine things that would be harder to combine. For first-time writers, recommendation, follow 1 or 2 of the archetypes in the 12 archetype stereotype. Never follow 4 or 5 because that's a whole lot of personality. And while, yeah, it's a fun thing to discuss, it's a harder thing to write. Think of it as tiers. The more levels of personality you put on, the harder it is to bite. But other than that, it's pretty much the same for all the other stories. Get the one archetype of the chaotics or the lawfuls or the neutrals, and then pick 1 or 2 of these archetypes and you should have a good character built up. Now you just have to design what they look like.